Greetings, good humans, and welcome to Tabletop Alchemy, where sometimes it's vacation week. And we thank our patrons for their continued support through non-content days. I don't know what I'm saying. I never know what I'm saying, even though it's right in front of me on a screen. Yes, I'm that good. I'm that good at what I do. Come on. All right, so, I just post a short video to keep the algorithm happy on my vacation weeks, which is any week that has a fifth Thursday of the month. And this is leap year, so that's kind of cool, right? February 29. This is a rare day. I should have something much more cool for a video than what this is. Anyway, I didn't really have anything in mind for this little vacation video, so I randomly thought maybe I'd just share a list of some of my favorite podcasts. Why? I don't know. That's all I had up my sleeve this week, and this week is busy. So I apologize, but that's all you're going to get today. Anyway, maybe I'll throw in a couple of TV show and movie recommendations at the end to make it better somehow and more worth your time. Of course, let me know what some of your favorite podcasts are. I'm always looking for more cool stuff to listen to when I'm hobbying or working on stuff or whatever. Anyway, here are some podcasts I enjoy in alphabetical order, and a bunch of these are pretty big, so you probably already know about them. And I'm just going to rattle off a list. I'm not going to really describe each podcast, so I'm just going to rattle off a list. This is going to be a very short video. Armchair Expert with Dax Shepard. A lot of his guests are pretty interesting. It's a little bit of a long-winded podcast, but a lot of the guests are pretty interesting. Criminal. In fact, one of my favorite episodes of all time from that show is from October 5th, 2018. It's called 10,000 Feet in the Air, and it is so wild. It's an awesome episode. Anyway, Criminal is great, and next is Dungeon Master of None for D&D stuff. Freakonomics, which has always got interesting topics going on. I like Lex Friedman a lot of the time. A lot of his guests are pretty interesting. A lot of them probably seem kind of dry on the surface when you look at them, but there's a lot of scientists and I don't know. He's interviewed like Elon Musk, stuff like that. But some of the people that I've never heard of are actually pretty interesting and have some interesting topics. Pivot is a big podcast I listen to. I don't know much about money, so I kind of like their podcast. I actually really like listening to Scott Galloway. He's like some kind of professor of, I don't know. He's a business guy and an investor and what's it called? I'm so old. I can't remember anything. He's one of those dudes that invests in like startups. I don't know what the word. I know the word for it. I just can't get it through my brain. Anyway, I like Pivot. It's cool. Another good one is Revisionist History. I really like Revisionist History, even though I can't say it. I enjoy a lot of the topics that Malcolm Gladwell approaches, especially like there are two in particular that I really found. There's a bunch of them that are super great, but two in particular that I really enjoyed. And I apologize, I didn't look up the titles of these. There's one on McDonald's French fries, which was really interesting and very cool. And another one about golf courses, and I really like that one as well. Anyway, another podcast is Skeptic's Guide to the Universe for some cool science stuff, sort of no nonsense. They kind of cut through a lot of the BS that we see on YouTube and other headlines or whatever. And of course, I like Smartless. That's a kind of a given. It's a big one. I really like Team Deacons. If you guys want to get into any sort of filmmaking stuff, Team Deacons podcast. That's Roger Deakins' podcast. He and his wife do a podcast every so often where they interview somebody, some position in some filmmaking role. Like they'll interview art directors and gaffers and cinematographers, sometimes actors. It's very, I don't want to say it's like super technical. It's just very in-depth sort of filmmaking conversations between filmmakers. So it's pretty cool. For more TTRPG stuff, the Lazy RPG podcast with Sly Flourish. It's great. Here's a Minecraft one for you, the Spawn Chunks. It's kind of maybe the only Minecraft podcast I know of, but they whatever. You have to really be into Minecraft if you want to check that out. Of course, Trapped Under Plastic for miniature painting stuff. That's Miniac and Ninjon. You guys probably know about that. You're Dead to Me is I just recently got turned on to that podcast by my friend, and it's great history stuff. It's actually very, very informative and interesting things, and they always bring on a comedian and a historical expert for whatever topic is they're doing, and it's fun and pretty eye-opening. Yeah, there's some great topics in there. And the last one is Your Undivided Attention, which is a shorter podcast, but it's typically about science stuff. It's a lot about AI stuff. And they'll talk about like the social ramifications of things, but also like crazy advancements. And I find that one pretty interesting. Especially there was an episode like a month and a half ago or something where they were talking about an AI outfit that was basically using AI to decode the language of whales in the ocean. Like, this is so weird that we might, in the future, it's highly likely that we are going to be able to communicate, or maybe not communicate with, but that's probably a spin-off of what will happen, but we'll be able to interpret what animals are saying and plants, what they're saying. There's something wild about this whole thing. There's something where I feel like technology is going to go into that. It's really going to go into that realm, but very sort of in there's a saying, right? I think it's Isaac Asimov, maybe I could be wrong, but I think Isaac Asimov said something like, at a certain technological level, technology essentially becomes like magic. Like it appears to be magic to witnesses or whatever. And can you just imagine a world in 50 years where through your AI powered earbud, Apple spatial computing thing, you're able to listen to your dogs and cats and the bees and the trees and the I don't know. It's like you'd be like in a fairyland, but it's just going to be high tech. I'm just going off the rails here. Anyway, Your Undivided Attention has got some interesting topics. So, all right. So for the bonus topics here, I have a couple of TV show recommendations. I'm just burning your minutes is what I'm doing. But I finished Fargo season 5. Excellent installment in the Fargo series, which if you haven't seen any of the Fargo TV show, what are you waiting for? I mean, come on. My favorite seasons in order of coolness is season 1, 2, 5, 4, 3. But they're all pretty awesome. They're all great. Fargo is a fantastic show. And that guy, the guy who created Fargo, the TV series, Noah Hawley, is actually working with Ridley Scott right now on an Alien TV series. Yes, for the Alien franchise. I cannot wait to see what Noah Hawley does with that, because Noah Hawley he's an excellent writer and very interesting guy. Another recommendation I have is, and this is not for everyone, it's Shoresy, which is a spin-off from the Letterkenny Show. So it's got the Letterkenny sensibility and raunchiness, but it's really well done. Super entertaining, very funny. There are some subtle filmmaking things in it that are just pretty fantastic. Just maybe stuff that you won't notice, but stuff that if you're into filmmaking, you might notice. The way they edit things, the way they sort of do their storytelling and frame certain things, the way they use their slow motion shots. It's super funny, and if you like that sort of humor, it's pretty fantastic. And Letterkenny itself is wrapped up. I think they did the last season, so no more of that show. And I think now, hopefully, Shoresy will continue. There's only 2 seasons. I know it's available on Hulu. So hopefully they'll do a 3rd season of that next year. They're short seasons, 6 episodes or whatever. Anyway, my last recommendation is there was an HBO miniseries that kind of came out of the blue. For me, I had no idea it was coming out, and it came out last year. And it's short. I think it's 5-6 episodes, and it's called The White House Plumbers, and it's got Woody Harrelson in it, and it was a pretty fun series. It was totally unexpected. I mean, I had no idea, even though it's about a historical event, it's about something I really didn't know any of the details about. And if any of those details in that show are remotely realistic, Wow. It's like Fargo in real life. Anyway, the White House Plumbers. I recommend it. All right, so there's some stuff to check out if you feel like it. I hope everyone has a great and wonderful weekend, and I'll see ya.